Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be installing the software for the Brother MFC-J6925dw, and we'll be installing it on our network as well. If you watch the unboxing video, you will see that this machine, Brother went all out on it. I mean, it retails for $349.99, which sounds expensive, but it's called an INKvestment business smart model, and the cost per page for black is a penny, and a color cost per page is 5 cents. Now it's lower than anything that we've seen ever, except for certain CISS printers that have bottled ink, and it's much more inconvenient to service, and certainly you don't have anywhere near the feature set on this. And like I said, Brother went all out on this. It's a true A3 11x17 printer. It can automatically duplex single pass scan 11x17 originals. It has 2 trays. Each of them can hold up to 11x17. It's got a manual feed slot on the back. The paper loads long ways. First time ever I've seen this with a inkjet machine. It loads long ways and feeds short ways, like a high volume copier or a high volume printer that you've seen over the years. Every other inkjet that I've seen, the paper goes through the feeds long edge, short edge first, long edge feed. Theoretically, when you flip it around with the 90 degrees, you're going to get a faster print speed. So this thing is really went all out. Plus, when we unboxed it, there was no tape at all. There was a couple pieces of plastic over one piece of plastic over the touch panel. It was the easiest thing that I've had to unbox ever. So this is really one heck of a machine, and let's see what it's going to be like to put the software on now. Pop it back in. Select the language. I popped it in and out. Let's see what happens. I can hear the drive grunting away over there. We have installed the whole suite. User guide custom installation, or you can do them one at a time. This comes with paper port. Nice suite of software. Although it installs a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll see that later over here. Print driver only for the network. Wireless LAN setup wizard. Network utilities, and repair the software suite. So it doesn't look like there's much that we don't want on here. I don't need to run the wireless LAN setup wizard, although I had to go back and do the WPS wireless network over again, if you saw it on the unboxing and setup video. So let's do the whole suite. Yeah, and this is the end user license agreement. You must say yes. And this is for paper port. And this icon showed up this morning. Get Windows 10. I can't do it on this computer yet. I have to go try it out on a non-test unit computer, but that sounds like it'll be interesting. Now it's setting up paper port first, and like I said before, it's nice software, but it is kind of messy. There's lots of components and a whole bunch of stuff to look at. But once you've figured it out and start using it, it's a nice package. But we'll see over here when the process is done that It installs a whole bunch of stuff, and all the printers are off of here except for the ones that are absolutely necessary. And these HP desk jets are not necessary, really, but I'm doing a long-term test on them right now, and I need to be able to print out stuff in another couple weeks and then 3 months later, and I'm not in the mood to uninstall and reinstall all this desk jet stuff. And this OfficeJet Pro 8600 is like the only printer that you need one that's working all the time, and this is actually I'd say my main printer because it has such a high resolution scanner and low cost per page. That also helps. Here's something that's got to come off. I didn't see this before. Just cleaned a whole bunch of F's and stuff off of here before I started this video. But this has got to come off. And this down here is kind of weird, this TPV invented technology thing. I looked it up, and something looks like something, if you look at the date, and it was installed by Lenovo. Really kind of sketchy on what it's all about, but I try to keep all the junk off of here that I can. And I left all the Lenovo stuff on that came with it. The only really, anything we really added to it was Adobe Reader, Bing Desktop, and simply to get that wallpaper to automatically change, which is a pretty cool wallpaper. And we have Microsoft Office 365 on here. Some of all of this junk, some of it, all this visual Microsoft stuff, some of it got installed in this parser thing. When we did it at the Brother ADS-2500W scanner a couple months ago, right here, April 3rd. And I looked it up, and it all said it's pretty much harmless. So I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to get involved with it, but any potential problems it might have. This Paperport stuff is taking a long time. Now it's installing a Nuance PDF Viewer Plus. All this stuff came off with the image scanner 2500W a month or so ago. Now it's going back on again. Now PDF Viewer Plus. I don't quite get this, but why are you doing this to me? Oh, come on. It won't let me highlight it and let me retry. I don't want to cancel it, so I'm going to have to click ignore. That's annoying. Come on. So again, it's all Nuance stuff married to a brother. And there's bound to be something that somebody misses along the line. I don't think it's a serious issue. It's probably going to work, but it's the first time I've been somewhat disappointed with what I've seen from this machine so far. Of course, I still have to do all the testing once we get the software installed. And you should keep an eye out on our website for the hands-on test report. Probably be another couple weeks or so. Today is June 1st. Do you want to check and see if a newer version of software is available? Might as well. Alright, evidently we got the latest software on the CD. This is nice. It's going to take as long to get this done. Brother software suite is being set up and prepared by Install Shield. It's going to guide us through the rest of the process. Okay, now we have to accept the Brother software suite license agreement. Yes. All right, here's where it's going to asking us how we want to hook it up, and we have wireless already set up. And this custom install lets you go through and mess around with stuff. If I do it now, it's gonna, I tried it another time and it started the whole installation process over again when I canceled it, so I'm not even going to go there right now. And once again, I can't quite remember what this custom install is all about, but if you go to the ADS 2500 software and network installation, you'll see me raising a fuss. I go into this to see what it looks like, and then it kicks me out and I have to start the whole thing over again, and I raise a fuss about it. So if you're really interested in this custom install, fine. If I remember correctly, I do a couple of these a week, and so I need more memory, but if I remember correctly, it wasn't anything too dramatic, and I'm still going to be able to do it this way. And that's warning us that we might have firewall issues, and it's asking for permission to set up the firewall if it runs into any issues. Fine with me. Alright, it found the machine really quick, which means that it's set up correctly. It's got an IP address. I have no idea what set by node name means. I wish I did. I guess it's that. That's the node name. And if it doesn't show up on this list here, you click this wireless setup thing. Set by node name. You know what? I'm going to turn it off because I don't want the. There's only going to be one of these on here, so it'll probably just say this model number. But if I do it by node name, this is probably going to show up in the devices and printers. So I'm going to take a chance and uncheck set by node name. I hope it doesn't come back to bite me. Okay, Brother printing device installation. Moving along fairly quick here. Installing Control Center 4. Seen that quite a few times. And by the way, I apologize for that droning noise in the background. It's running the air conditioning today on June 1st. It's raining and muggy as all get out. And actually close to 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday, but it's so muggy that it's in the low 50s. It was close to 80 yesterday. Actually the mid 50s. It was close to 80 yesterday. These 20 degree temperature swings are a little unnerving, but we still have to run the air conditioner because it's so darn muggy. In Denville, New Jersey, USA. Alright, it wants us to approve setting this PC fax software, and always trust software from Brother. I'm going to install it. Won't use it, but I'm going to install it. It's writing registry information, that's a good sign, which means it's getting ready to wrap up. So right about now we're on the low end of how long it takes. Let's not put the cart before the horse here. Okay. Environmental advice for imaging equipment. We use recycled paper, use duplex printing. It's Energy Star compatible, and you can manage the power consumption. Thanks for telling us. Now, if this is your first Brother, or this is your only printer, you're going to want to do both of these. But like I said countless times before, if I registered every single time we put something on our test units, I wouldn't be able to deal with the mountain of emails and are you sure's every darn day and stuff starting up down here. So I'm not going to do either one. but it's not going to be anything you can't handle. You don't really need to be shown. Just answer a whole bunch of questions, and they ask you at a certain point whether you want to share print and scan data with them. And it wouldn't be the actual print jobs and scan jobs. It would be the how many times and how often you're printing and what you're printing. But still, I trust Brother, and if you can't trust Brother, who can you trust? Okay, and here's enable status monitor, which shows up over here on startup. Enable the network connection repair tool. This looks new. On our YouTube channel, we get a lot of people complaining about how they lose their network connection, so you might want to enable this so that if you lose your connection, it'll fix it for you automatically. And I think I'm going to leave that on here. And we have to see status monitor again ad nauseum, so I'm definitely going to enable that on startup. I don't have to do it on startup, but you can always shut it down if I don't need it. And it's not going to be on here long anyway, but you're probably going to want to put it on startup. And then set this as a default printer. Yes, I'm going to do that because this is the printer that we're testing right now. Next. Now, this is a little different. Do you want any other options? Omni join online meeting for Brother. Free trial, no. Brother product resource and support program, no. You may want to. Okay, we rebooted, and it's telling us that the icons are going to appear in the tray, and you can have it automatically check for software updates, or you don't want to have it automatically check for software updates, but you can do it manually. Now, I'm not going to have it on here long enough to worry about it, so I'm going to do this. But you can see down here, status monitor is running, and if I click it, it's not going to let me. But if you click this, it says check for software update. Probably because it's still being set up here, it's not activating. So let's go through. I don't want to receive any. I don't. You might. It created Brother Utilities over here. A link to Brother Creative Solutions, Creative something, which will take you to a website. And you'll have all kinds of projects that you can download to burn up more ink. I don't know why it created this home group icon here. This is our first. I gotta figure out how to get rid of this off of here. I like the pictures. I don't like all these icons. But anyway, you may like having something that looks like Windows 95 with a million icons all over the place, but I don't. Okay, so let's continue with this. Now, it installed this Brother help thing. Let's first see what was installed, and then we'll go back and fuss with stuff that was installed. So, it installed only one item, which is beautiful. Really nice. I've said it before, but then you scroll down and you see Nuance, Paperport, only three things. I can deal with that. That's not too bad. So we only have a total of 4 things that are installed, and the Epsons it installs like 11 things. So it's nice that it's nice and clean. And same thing with the HPs. For the 8600, we have newer printers around than this, and they all do the same thing, 2 things. So it's nice. There's at least probably the same amount of software installed, but it doesn't look like it's mucking up everything in the uninstall program. If you want to get rid of it, it's probably a lot easier than having to go through a big list of stuff and uninstalling it. So we can put this away. and we can look and see what was installed on the desktop. Brother utilities, that's it. And then there's these 4 paperport things. Now, before you do anything with paperport, you got to run this setup wizard. So let's go back and look at the utilities. And we've done this with a couple other brothers, and it's going to be the same thing we're used to seeing. And it's exactly the same as the ADS 2500W scanner that we just did, except for the printing portion of it because it's a scanner. So from scanner we have the control center, which sets up the buttons on the control panel. So when you go in, okay, you can run it in two different modes: home mode or advanced mode. And home, let's look at it in home mode, and it can be switched on the fly. All right, now this photo capture over here, your control center for folder where your scans are going to end up. That's your photo button. Scan button. This is actually pretty nice. Everything's like right here. This is how, if you want to do scanning from the desktop. This is if you want to send PC faxes. You select the image and you send it, and you can probably do cover pages and stuff. You can look at the multiple documents that you've selected by thumbnails, or open a full view of a single document. Remote setup should be going to the, instead of going through the embedded web server, it's a little utility, and it's downloading all the information from the machine. So the general setup, speaker volume, LCD settings, sleep mode, your fax setups. You can create your address book here, and you have 100 destinations, and the type of reports you want to get. Memory receive has fax forwarding, fax storage, PC fax receive. Probably it's a little bit complicated, but if you're doing a lot of faxing, you can actually have it come in and go into people's folders on their desktop. Pretty neat. And have it print. You can choose what PC it goes to, pager number, and make people open it with a pen. That's pretty nice. Photo printing quality, and your network settings, and your time, date, phone, fax, station ID settings. Alright, support, we don't need to look at that. The address book, we don't need to look at that. Scan settings. This is where you set up, when you say scan to image, what kind of image you want. It has searchable, it's secure PDF, high compression PDF, which is nice. Multi-page TIFF, black and white, automatically separates the pages. The application you want it to open up, when it hits the desktop, and then OCR, whether you want text, Word, Excel, HTML, searchable PDF. When you scan to OCR, email is really nothing too much, but the type of file that you want it to be, and when you say scan to email, and the folders where you want it to end up. And when you do a scan to file, same thing. Folder, the scan settings, file size, all of the file types are the same in each one of these. So this is when you say, I want to scan. And then when you say scan, depending on which one you choose, it'll automatically send it to another, to a folder, or open it with an application. You can open it with an application, you can print it, you can do, when you say send email, it takes those settings we were just looking at. When you say OCR, it takes those settings that we were just looking at. So you can, at each PC, you can set up all that stuff personally for each PC. This is where you can switch to advanced mode. It's the same thing, but a different, I don't know why I call it advanced, but we can, it's more compact. I don't know if it's advanced. Same. Oh, okay. We have some advanced stuff here. We have PC copy, 2-in-1, 4-in-1. And you put the original in a document feeder, and then we would copy it. It would show up over here. And then you could print it. And then the photos. This is all pretty much the same options that you have in a more condensed UI. Okay, the scanner utility is, we already looked at that, and it's asking us to select a device and the maximum resolution we want, and that's it. Okay, scanners and cameras. This opens up the windows. These are all the scanners that are installed on this particular device. You can change it if you'd like. No, in fact, send, we're not worried about. Receive, how to receive PC fax. We looked at some of the options before. Okay, your status monitor, remote setup we already looked at. Installation diagnostics to check that your software is working. Brother help, which is run down here, and uninstall. I have to remember that. Another week or so when I get rid of all, dump all the software. Photo print, we go into Control Center 4, use more, and Creative Center, which is also over here. I'll leave Brother's utilities there. The Omni Join trial, Brother Online. A lot of this is duplicated. User guides, this is nice. They're also on a desktop. No, they're not on a desktop, so if you want to look at your user's guide, there's a good place to do it. Why the desktop? I'm working on, I don't know. Exit. Alright, that's Brother Utilities. This software updates thing is annoying. Nuance stuff. I don't know why it's annoying to me, but it is. But I don't see any shortcuts for the manuals here for Brother, so you have to, you can find them under Brother Utilities. So this Brother Help, it takes you to the Brother Service and Support website. You can make sure that it doesn't show up. You can get to it from Brother Utilities. I don't want this running. I need to get a screen capture of it though. Alright, so I don't want to get rid of this. I need to take screenshots, but this is your Brother Help. And you can have it show up or not show up. So I'm going to leave it there, and then right click status monitor, and you can choose which device to monitor. Why it says copy one is annoying. We'll go look at the printer and devices. I don't know why these printers do this. These manufacturers do it. They install multiple copies of the same printer in their printer and devices. Other settings enable the connection repair tool. You're going to want that in case you have network troubles. It'll automatically repair it. Software update setting, this is what we did before. Whether you want it to automatically check for software updates, but I said before that you don't have to, because you could just click this and check for updates. Alright, so status monitor settings, other settings, options. This is the options for this little status monitor 3 that's running in the background. We already looked at Control Center 4. This Brother Help is this, and I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it as soon as I get out the screenshot of it. So that takes care of all the Brother stuff. It's familiar to, similar to other Brothers stuff that I've tested recently. And if you have a Brother, you've already seen it, been there, done that. And now the second part of this is this Paperport 12 stuff. And I'm not going to waste your time with it right now. If you're really interested in it, go and look at our installation and setup video of the Brother Image Center, I believe it is, 2500W, or the latest Brother scanner. We did 2 of them. The latest version has all, we look at all of this Paperport stuff, and I guess the least I have to do is set up the scanner. And it wants me to download a database and stuff. The Image Center 2500W, we do all this. Forget this. Do you really want to quit? Yes. Okay, let's look at what's going on in the devices and printers. And this one isn't even on my network anymore. And this is what I don't get. Why do I have to have 2 of them here? I don't like this copy one. How about just this one? Picky. You know, they do the fax. I mean, you can see OfficeJet 8600 fax, OfficeJet 8600. I can get rid of one of these if I want, but why does it even put them in there to begin with? But anyway, let's look and see what the print driver looks like. And it looks exactly the same as that I can remember. A little bit busy, but on the basic tab, add profile. You could set up different jobs and quickly, you know, you can set these up and make new ones. I mean, you can make new ones. So when I do 2-sided print over here, you see that it's 2-sided general print. Over here, normal, vivid, fast print, normal, print quality fast, grayscale, normal, grayscale. So on the basic tab here, you can set up your own if you wanted to, and assign an icon to them, like print an envelope. You knock yourself out. This starts up the status monitor. This goes to the support website. I'm going to go here to print profiles. It allows you to see this tab first whenever you open up your print driver. Probably what you want to do. Maybe not. But I'm on grayscale print right now. I want to do general print. So over here it's all color, normal, yada yada yada. I don't know what this manual print setting is, but okay, basic. Here's your media settings, not very much. I mean, that's a little disappointing. It's kind of, And HP opens a list that goes off the page, but anyway. Quality, normal, best, fast, slow drying paper. It does borderless prints. Two-sided. Let's go see if it can do two-sided. Oh, of course it can do two-sided. 17. So it'll let you do booklets and two-sided. Advanced, you can do color grayscale. There's no black only. Now, grayscale will use a lot less color ink, but it still uses a little bit of color ink. And it's got single cartridges, so it's not that big of a deal, because when one runs out, you can still deal with it and not have to throw like a tricolor and throw the whole thing out and get a new one. Mirror print, reverse print, watermark, header, footer print. This is something you don't see too much. You can put header and footer stamps on there. All you would do is you could set them up. Date, time, login username, custom. This also has some stuff we have to look at on the embedded web server. That just reminded me. Other print options. Retrieve color data. That looks pretty cool. I'm not so sure what that's all about. It might just update the inkjet, the ink levels, but print archive. Anyway, that's interesting. I've already looked here. And then maintenance, you can run a test print, a standard cleaning, or advanced cleaning. Okay, finally, it's taking way too long here. Let's go to the embedded web server. Got enough memory to remember the IP address. Enter it in here. Now we're in the embedded web server. You can lock people out of this by some of this stuff. You may not want them to be able to change stuff. So it says please configure the password. You can put a password here and here so that people can't get in, because job restriction by login name. You can see job restriction means you can see these. You create these 10 login names, and you can give them a number, and you can read their individual counters. Who's doing what? Hey, you're printing all this color. What's up with that? And then you can have them read the counters be reset every now and then. What the heck is this? Plus event helper class add-on from Xeon. You do a firmware update here. And the secure function lock. This is pretty cool as well. Up to 10 people. They have to log in through the control panel. You can make them enter a PIN number. You can give them print limits. You can have all of these functions restricted. You don't want them to print from USB or scan to USB or memory cards. You can restrict color. Look at all the counters here. This is a really nice function for any small office if they want to keep track of up to 10 users are doing and keep them from doing stuff they're not supposed to do. Some people have no business screwing around with USB ports and memory cards. Others will. And the ability to upload web contact out of the control panel. They have downloadable utilities that you can put on the control panel of the device. Some people don't need to do that, so that's really nice. That's the main reason I loaded this up, so we can take a look at that. And you can do the address book here instead of in Brother Utilities. This is all your set up your fax stuff, which you can also do in Brother Utilities. This designates what kind of paper is installed. You can do that from the control panel when you swap out the paper, and it'll be reflected here if I load up the embedded web server. Scan the media, high-speed scanning. You have the resolution default. This is all the default scan stuff. You can set up 5 different network scanner locations, destinations, and it also includes, looking down here on the port order sheet, you can also attach some settings to it, which is probably this. Well, here's the destinations here. And if you wanted to send them, you have to fill out this stuff here. And then the profile, there's 5 different profiles. You can name it. Back here again. Say you send receipts to somebody all the time. Here you could set up the receipts, where it's going, if it needs a username and a password, directory, where it's going, the scan settings, the quality settings, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty nice. So it gives you the ability to create scan profiles. We went over this stuff, and this is setting up the network stuff. So that's the embedded web server. Nice job by Brother. This is also, you can manage groups of these printers using BR admin software. They have an executable version that lets you look on your local network, and you can see all groups of machines and all this stuff and mess with them all in one place. And then there's a BR admin web version, which lets you remotely access, and it'll look more like this in a web version. And you can see printers that are all, not on sub networks as well. So that's it for the embedded web server. Really a good job by Brother. I'm pretty excited that this thing has all of these features and such a low cost per page. It was been so easy to set up. So great job, Brother. I hope you enjoy this machine if you get it. It may seem expensive to you, but it can do everything, and it can do it cheaper than anything but a CISS printer, which could be a pain in the neck. Look at our report on our website. And so the cost per page is as low as anything out there, lower than anything out there, and has all of its functionality. So great job, Brother, and thanks for watching.